We're here with Joep from Massive Music in the Netherlands. Right behind us, there's the party for tonight being prepared. So very busy day. So try not to take too much of your time. Really, we want to talk a little bit about the business. For those of you who don't know, an introduction, a little bit more about the licensing, and then a little bit about the presence in Cannes. So Joep, would you like to give us a quick introduction about what Massive Music is? It's a music agency with lots of different things. Maybe you run us through some of them.
Indeed, we call ourselves a music agency. Basically, we started as a music production company with the traditional facilities that you would expect for a music house. But the business obviously changes for all of us, and we started exploring our options basically. And one of the first things that was kind of obvious to do was look at how can we do the branding side of things a little bit. So that's when we started setting up our Sonic branding division. It's a different discipline in a way, and the process takes longer. But in the end, it's interesting because you build a longer relationship with a particular advertiser, which of course for us is interesting. And from there on, we started thinking about, hey, maybe we can put our expertise about music in a broader sense and make it available for brand managers, etc., etc. And that's what became more of a consultancy kind of approach, where, for example, now and the last year we've been the global music agency for Heineken International, where it's not the music production per se that we're busy on. It's more like thinking what could a brand do with music, and what should be the music profile of this particular brand, or better, their target audience. So we wrote the music strategy for them, and basically help implement and monitor that for the different international markets. So that's one of the latter developments, and I think it's kind of the future we're going.
Okay. Would you say big brands are starting to take their music image and music brand more seriously?
I would like to say yes. Yeah, I think so. I think it's definitely a trend that it also has to do with the fact that the music industry sort of collapsed in a way. Basically, they had we all know, a big downfall. So it's an exciting time where bands and brands basically can benefit from each other, and that's where we try to position ourselves as a company. We believe that, with the money from brands we can invest in culture, and with the culture we can make brands more sympathetic and more like people. So that's I think that's a trend. I think that's happening all out and throughout, and I think a lot of brands are aware that they have to do something with it and want to do something with it.
And you've recently expanded. We met your guys in London. So that office is up and running. I understand now. What are your plans for the near future? Any more of that? Expanding the London office. How's that going?
The London office was long due. So we were active in London for quite some years already, but never had a really continuous base, and that's what we always wanted to do. We finally found the right people to do it, which is super crucial. And we got a great little office there, and it's in Shoreditch, which is absolutely amazing. So the focus will be to basically stabilize and build that. Amsterdam and London are basically one office, so we're very closely working together. So that's definitely the focus for this year. And in terms of expanding, I mean, there has been talks with South America, and it's just, there's the great thing is that there's always options, and there's always people approaching you too. But you have to be careful not to do it all too quickly, I feel. And the other expansion would be more on what we just talked about, the let's call it the branding side of things. But for now, we're good.
All right, and just on licensing in general, a lot of the talks in Cannes even this year about sort of convergence of content, everything coming together. Do you see? I mean, it's purely music right now. Do you see partnerships or even addition of other types of content when you go through those branding exercises, for example? What I mean is video, stills, things like that.
That's a difficult one. It's I think one thing that comes to mind. I don't know if it's that relevant. We started a division called Massive Talent, basically with bands that are pretty unknown and unsigned, and we have some of their songs. So we represent their songs basically for sync purposes. But we try to see this as a family, and we try to take care of these bands and help them step into the limelight. And for that, sometimes when we get the chance, like if there's film footage, video footage that can work to underline or basically work as a music video for this particular band and song, we've tried that before, and it's fun and it works out. And that's the first thing that comes to mind. Otherwise, I wouldn't know how to answer that question at this point.
Okay, no worries, absolutely. Hey, and let's talk about the party a little bit. It's chaos, organized chaos behind us. Lots of people coming for tickets, and the build up behind you. You've been doing this for a long time. How important is this for you?
It's important. That's obvious. We've sort of created a monster. But it's fun, and I mean the party became a bit of an institution, and that's a good thing. It's also a dangerous thing, in the sense that people might forget who's actually organizing the party, and the party itself will become more important than our services, our product. So that's sometimes the conversion between, hey, there's a big event going on Wednesday, every Cannes Lions Festival, and wow, we should be working with these guys. That's something it's very hard to track, and so the return on investment, it's difficult to measure for one. On the other hand, like it built a brand name, and it's the reason why, for example, the guys from New York came to us and was like, hey, we like what you're doing, we want to start Massive Music in New York, let's work together. So that's, if you look back, it's been super important for all our steps and all our tactics basically. And now today it's just, it's like we have a lot of people on the list, but a lot of people that are not on the list, unfortunately. And we want to make sure that it's a fun party, that it's not too crowded. It will be crowded because it's really difficult to say no. But I think it will work out like it always will. If the weather is good to us today, and I think it looks good now. It's never rained in the last 12 years, so
I think there were 3 raindrops earlier, so hopefully we'll keep it at that.
On now and not tonight. That's important.
Absolutely. And just on the logistics of it, what's involved in putting this together? This takes a few days, weeks. How does that work? Just as briefly.
It takes months. We started with the organization in November. Concepting, and then the whole preface, and working on the website is quite intricate, and we wanted to include some social media, so we sort of had to build this together with the Media Monks. So that's a continuous creative process. Started in November, and then the real logistics for this. I mean, the parties we work with, they've done it before with us, so they sort of know how it works. So that can all go rather quickly. But yeah, it's intense. Like just the guest list alone is 4 weeks, continuous emailing and phone calls. It's fun, but it's kind of a thing.
It's hard work too. Okay, I hear you have quite a spectacular DJ booth coming on tonight.
Yes, that will be our pièce de résistance. That's I'm very much looking forward to that one. It's I've been told it can do remarkable things, and I want to see that in action.
Cool. Well, great. Well, good luck for tonight, and thanks for taking a few minutes in this very busy day.
Thanks for asking.
Thank you.